Hey friends! Today I'm here with the lovely and late blooming marigold, which is not a wild herb or a wild weed in Vermont, but it is native to Mexico and often called the African marigold or the Mexican marigold, tagates erecta. So I thought, this is kind of a tribute to Mom because Mom gave me handfuls of marigold seeds as a little girl, and I somehow do connect those planting rituals around the house in the dry clay soil of Pennsylvania as a part of what got me into herbalism later in life, like the sensory part of it and the smell and really the wonder of a plant growing from seed. Anyway, I planted these and I thought they were going to be these little bundles of marigolds this year, totally not tuning into the fact that they were going to be the gigantic erecta marigolds. But nonetheless, it's the same family of plants as calendula, which helps us with our lymphatic system. And I just wanted to focus on this because so many of us are getting ready to send the kids back to school, or in my life and circle and pod of pandemic families, there are many folks who work as educators, and it reminds me of how important one of our very most simple ways of applying herbs to the body for healing works and what it is, and that is the foot bath. So basically, marigolds are a beautiful infusion in tea that we can then pour into a little tub from the dollar store or a pot that we're willing to wash afterwards and offer to ourselves for self-care, or offer to our teachers at our schools or one of our parents, or just have like an evening of foot baths. It's like the easiest and most really sweetest sense of self-care. So how do we do it? All right, first of all, when we think about marigold, marigold is really good used internally for many different ailments, and a lot of them have to do with being stuck. So let's think about what that means. Constipation is a stuck issue. Colic is a stuck issue, right? Colic is like, crying and discomfort over something that won't go away, often digestive. It is a digestive. It's a carminative, which helps with a feeling of stuckness in the gut or in the sphincter, the pyloric sphincter, the gut issue somewhere, gas. Good for dysentery, for adjusting things to come back into play. I'm not suggesting in this video that you use marigold internally because I have not had a lot of experience with that. However, I do love to apply herbs that are meant to be used in any certain way to the feet, because there are so many blood vessels in the feet that will soak up the tea, and this is a great way to get gobs of tea, of the elements, of the chemicals of the tea into non-compliant clients like kids who don't want to drink a quart of tea a day. And so often we do this for children and in the classroom. So what would it look like? I'm just going to grab my handy little teapot, French press, that I use for herbs. And as always, we ask the plant, are there 10? There's about 35 blooms in this giant plant, and they just came on this week. And may I pick you for use in a healing herbal tea bath? And then I'm just going to snip, really just like my fingers are a fine way to do this. I'm just going to snip the flower. Thank you. And I love to take the petals off and put them into the teapot. And then I will fill this up maybe like a quarter of the way with the petals. I can also put all the parts. And you see that we've got the seeds forming right here that aren't quite ready yet. We can use the leaves, thank you. And we can just sort of fill this pot up. Honestly, these flowers are so big that it's gonna probably take 2 of them to go in here. And then I will pour steaming hot water over top of this and put the lid on and steep it for about 20 minutes. And then I'm gonna pour it into a foot bath and stick my feet in or offer it to someone. I think it would be a beautiful gift to give our teachers of students who are attending in-person school this year a little bouquet of marigolds on the first day of school with a little note that says, hey, when you get home, do this. So happy marigolding, and yeah, take care of yourself out there. Thanks.